let's talk about your life.
My life.
From the Bronx to Stanford University, it's a long, winding road, to mention the Beatles.
That's right.
Yeah. What were the hardest challenges you went through and your mindset to realize you as a person?
The biggest challenge I had as a child was that my family emigrated from Sicily in the turn of the century, along with millions of other Sicilians and Napolitanos. And my grandfather, who I am named after, migrated from Camerata, which is near Palermo, and my grandmother's family came from Agira, which is near Catania, about the same time. And they came to, I think maybe Philadelphia and then in New York. And the problem was they were uneducated. They were like peasants. In fact, one grandfather was a farm laborer, and my grandfather, Philip, who I'm named after, was a barber. But they never went to school. They never went to high school. And then my own mother and father, same thing, that they were uneducated. They didn't graduate high school. In those days, you had to go to school maybe only till you're 12 years old. So what that means is my parents had no value on education. What you did is you went to school only because it was required by law, but as soon as you could, you stop school and you go to work. So I had to beg my parents for me to go to college. And I could only go to college if it was a free college, and if I worked every night to pay for my own, needs, all my needs. So it was a struggle because I knew, and of course we lived in poverty in the South Bronx, in a terrible ghetto, and I knew the only way out of poverty is education. Or the other thing is be a criminal, selling drugs. So I always tried to tell my parents, it's important to be educated, not just to get a good job. It changes your mind. It opens you to new ways of thinking about the world. And so I had that vision, and I went to college. I went to graduate school at Yale, and then finally I went back to the Bronx. I got a job at New York University for 7 years, and I taught Columbia University for 1 year. And then in 1968, Stanford University called me and said, we like all the research you're doing, all the creative ideas, we hear you're a good teacher, we're going to make you a full professor at Stanford University. So it was amazing. NYU was not a very good school then, now it's a good school. It was not a very good school, so I went from ordinary school to Stanford, #1 in the world. So it was a big step, not a winding road. So my youth was winding, but New York to Stanford was a straight airplane.